Wildcats! Ellen Calvert here with this week's episode of Manhattan Tonight. First, let's talk about sports. This weekend, the KSU football team played a great game against Oklahoma State with a final score of 48-14. Check out this highlight reel of a great weekend in K-State sports. KSU also welcomed the gentlemen and creators of The Buried Life, a TV show on MTV that asks the question, what do you want to do before you die? So check that off your bucket list, Wildcats, and check this out.
Screen is so big behind me. I like this. It's incredible. We're here to tell you the story of The Buried Life, and to do that, we have to go back 7 years. A lot of people go into first-year university hungry for knowledge. I just went plain hungry. I put on 45 pounds in my first 4 months. I didn't really notice that I put on so much weight so rapidly, though, and I was kind of in denial about the whole thing, and it was easier to get in and out of the wetsuit when it was wet, so I did actually go on that surf trip. So Johnny was in his first year. He actually lived at his friend's place for free.
Then something happened to me that changed my whole perspective, and that was I went on a camping trip with a bunch of buddies, and it was a very ordinary camping trip until the very last night when a close friend of mine, Rob, drowned accidentally.
Finally, I'd like to introduce you to our Wildcat of the Week, Kevin Bartram, a K-State rapper who released his first EP album. Check it out.
I'm at the swimming pool with my summer shandy. Newest chick on the block is getting a little handy. Looked me in the eyes and said, what's your name? I said I'm Prime, and she welcomed me to the rap game. They looked at me and said that I was preposterous, as I see them pull over just to see my tour bus. Everybody's pathway is a different fable. Yeah, my path is THC stable. Watch out.
Hi, I'm here with our Wildcat of the Week, Kevin Bartram, a rapper who recently created an EP album. Kevin, if you could describe your music, what would you say it is?
Okay, I would say my EP, Good Friends, Bad Day. A lot of people call it GFBD for short. I would describe it as inspirational. I got a lot of lyrics on there that I had a lot of truth into it, and some of it was about like my high school experience and about where I am now. And the inspiration of like, if you're down, bring yourself back up, things like that.
Okay, and if you could pick one person who you would say is your musical inspiration, who would that be?
My buddy Kyle James, the Sly James of the Kansas City Mayor. I used to work with his son, Kyle James, at Carrabba's Italian Grill. And he was always just rapping, and him and I would just hang out. And I listened to his lyrics, and I got some sort of like inspiration, some motivation to start writing. and that's kind of how it all started.
So would you say that's how you came to create this EP?
I started rapping my junior year of high school. My buddy Josh and I would just sit in the car if we were at a red light. He would play instrumental music, and he found out that I was actually not that bad at freestyle rapping. So I only really just freestyled for about 2 years. And then my freshman year here at K-State, I had guys talking about, you should make an album or something. This summer, I told everybody my EP was going to drop this summer, and then the first week of summer, I actually started working on it, and it took about a month and a half, and then it was out. So it worked pretty well. It was smooth.
Yeah. What was the process like to create the EP?
Well, I wrote 7 songs in 2 weeks. I usually would write a song a day, but then it took me time to memorize them. And I came back, I rapped them in front of my friends multiple times, and they would tell me what they liked and what they didn't like. And then I would just put it all together. And it took about 2 weeks to be confident about the 7 songs I made, but I actually ended up only putting 5 on the EP.
Wow. Okay, and if you could give one piece of advice or just a little bit of advice to anyone else who's interested in maybe creating an EP as well, what would that be?
I would say surround yourself with friends, because when I first wrote my songs, obviously I'm going to like what I write, and it took maybe 6 or 7 of my guy friends to listen to what I was rapping and say, hey, you should change this, you should change this. You know, take insight from people who have different types of styles of music. That's probably what I'd say is the most important thing.
And so what's next for you?
I think that this summer I'm going to come out with maybe another EP. I don't know if it's going to be an album length, but I'm definitely coming out with something this summer. So.
All right, well, thank you, Kevin, for coming and talking with us tonight, but I'm afraid that's all we have. So check us out next week for another Manhattan Tonight. I'm Ellen Calvert, and I'll see you later.